Hello everybody and welcome back to Lisa's Coloring Corner. Today I want to cover another request that I had from one of you, my lovely subscribers. You had requested to see my stencils, where you can get these, and how I use them with Pan Pastels for backgrounds in my coloring books. Now you can either just use the Pan Pastels as is with an applicator, which is something I did here. And you know, you just use the tools to, here I just kind of went in an ombre type effect, going from one color to another. And I thought I had another one. I must not have brought it in. Okay, anyhow, I will show you my assortment of stencils that I have used for backgrounds. I've only used a couple, and like this bubble one, I used a number of times. There's bubbles and clouds, no bubbles on this one. But I cannot find the coloring books that I did this in. Go figure, right? So I could not show you how I did that, but I will show you the stencils that I have. Some of these I bought off of Wish, but many of them I did buy on Amazon, and I will leave links down below to the stencils that I did buy on Amazon. This first one, and this is going to be hard. Let's put some white cardstock behind. Okay, this first one is just some wood grain look. I believe these first ones are ones that I got off of the Wish app. Wish and AliExpress have a lot of stencils. So the next one is identical. I'm not sure why I got two of these. Oh, there are two of each one, so it must have been a duplicate set. The next one, wonder if I have something dark I can put this against. Yeah, that's better. The next one is stars. And let me put the stencils themselves off to the side so I'm not flipping everything around all the time. Here is another stars. Let me bring you down just a little. Okay. Then we have some hearts. Cute for a Valentine's picture. Some more hearts. Then I have some wavy type of lines. And another one of those. And then I have some brickwork. No duplicate of that one. Then I thought it would be neat. Now I might need the white. To have some different cloud stencils to use in backgrounds. Here you have all different kinds of clouds. I may have gotten this one off of Amazon, so I will look. And again, if it is, I will go ahead and link it down below. So those are the clouds. This is the one that I have used a few times. Let's get back to the black background. This one is just different sized dots. And I like this one for just a sporadic type of dots for backgrounds. And then this one's nice because you can see it against a black background. This one is all snowflakes. I think I got this one off of Amazon. Again, if I find it, I will link it. Here is one with just swirls. It's a 6x6. Some of them are bigger, some of them are smaller, and you'll see that. The first ones I showed were quite small, but we will get to some much bigger ones. Here is by Plaid, and this is just, again, some little swirlies that you can use. Here are some, I thought this would be kind of cute for backgrounds too. And I liked the look of this. It's kind of like a cracked background. So it kind of reminds me of, oh, what is that called that some people are putting on their fingernails now to look like this? Oh, I can't think of the name. Anyhow, there's that one. Then this is a pack that I did buy, and I might have bought this one from Walmart also. One of these I did anyhow. This is a pack that I did buy from Walmart. Really reasonable. There are 12 designs in this pack. They come in 3 pieces. I'm not going to tear them apart right now, but you can see, let me zoom you in just a tad. You can see over here, it shows you the 3 cards, if you will, inside this pack, but each card has 4 designs. So it's got a lot of really cute designs on here. Very reasonable again at Walmart. And you can see they are divided up into 4 different grids, if you will. So there's 4 different designs on each page. So I thought that was kind of cute. I haven't used these yet, but Walmart special. Now, these next ones, I know I got off of Amazon. They are all Tim Holtz stencils, and they're really cute. So here is one that has kind of a floral type of background. Almost looks like a doily. I thought this could be cute for a background. Kind of looks like burlap. There are 2 of them in here. One is the little circles again. One is this burlap type of look. Here is a larger swirly type of stencil, again from the Tim Holtz collection, called Flourish. And then one more Tim Holtz that I got is called Doily. This is very fine floral. That first floral I showed was called Lace. So that's kind of the difference between these. One is a much finer floral called Doily. Hello, Misty. And the other one is called Lace. So let's get to some of the bigger ones. This one I have used too. It's a much larger scale of the swirlies. I believe one of my smaller ones was real similar to this. These are nice for your bigger coloring pages because you can just put it down, hold it in place, and go where you need your pan pastels. These also work, of course, with any of your chalk pastels. So, you know, don't think you have to have pan pastels to use stencils. You don't. Okay, this one is by joggles.com. This, again, is some more swirlies I thought maybe I could use for some backgrounds. This is by Dilutions. This is a 9x12. And again, it has some of the different size circles on a much bigger scale. And they're bigger circles than the other small one I had. Now we're getting into the big ones. These are 12x12 stencils. And these have very large type of stenciling. So you'll get a lot more color in the background. For if you have a larger background to fill in. Then a couple 12x12s. These are by Kaiser Craft. This one is leaves, kind of viney type of leaves. And last but not least, I got this one, again by Kaiser Craft. This is called, is it Damask? Damask? I think it's Damask. With the flourishy type of look. So, again, I will link down below the ones that I can from Amazon. If I find the ones from Walmart that I bought, I will link those also in the description below. So, let's go ahead. I'm going to show you how I use my pan pastels with these. And I'm just going to use the one that I have used in the past, and that's this bubble one. You can, like I said, use your Pebbles chalk, your stick chalks that you rub off the stick, or some people, I know before I got Pan Pastels, what I did was I got a bunch of little bitty plastic containers, took my, I think I had got like a, I don't know, a 40 or 50 set of the chalk pastels, just the cheap ones from Michael's or Hobby Lobby. Got a handy dandy little scraper, and I scraped each color into one of my containers. Now I gave that whole set away to a friend of mine when I got into my Pan Pastels because I was not using them. So that is another option. So let's get out just a blank sheet of paper, and I won't need that any longer. Let me bring you back up just a little here. And I will get out my container of Pan Pastel tools. I did show all of this when I showed my miscellaneous supplies. I went through, my pencils was in one part, markers was in another. Then I had a miscellaneous one, and I showed all my Pan Pastel items in that particular video. So I think what I'm going to use is one of these round applicators. These can be washed out and reused, but if you do wipe them off once they're used on a piece of like paper towel or something, you can get most of the Pan Pastel out of these sponges, and they're fine. They may be stained a little bit, but they're fine to use. And a word about these applicators. Yes, you probably can use makeup sponges. They're much cheaper than these soft applicators, S-O-F-F-T. These were specifically made for Pan Pastels, as you can see in the corner down here. And they are very, very different material than what your makeup sponges are. If you do opt to use makeup sponges, you're going to use up a lot more of your Pan Pastels. And as most people know, Pan Pastels are not cheap. So I highly suggest getting the soft sponges. They apply much more smoothly than any kind of makeup sponge or cotton balls or Q-tips or, what have you. And again, you will use much, much less product with using these sponges. So it is well worth your investment. Okay, now let's get out my Pan Pastels. I do have the entire set, and I ordered them by, let's turn this around. I did buy a tray for each one of the set of 20 that you can buy. You can buy them, of course, in smaller sets also. You have your tints, which is, tints are your true color mixed with white. Here are the true colors. Then you have shades, which is mixed with gray. Then you have your dark shades, which is mixed. I'm not sure if it's just a darker shade of gray or if it's actually truly mixed with a little bit of black. I think it may be a little bit of black. So I have all of them for all 20 colors. And then, so you can see, I have the pinks, violets, blues. Here's the yellow, orange, red. Then we get into the greens and a brown, some more browns, and then we start the grays and the black. What I am going to use today, however, is this last set. These are the metallic set and the iridescent set. This iridescent set is the very first set that I bought. And if you want to start out with a set of Pan Pastels, if you're not doing portrait, because there is a portrait set for skin tones, that would be the set to go with. And I'm not sure how many are in that set. But if you want to start out with a smaller set, These are just gorgeous, these iridescents. And like I said, that's what I started out with. And it gives such a shimmery, beautiful background. So I am going to open up this case. The lid just pops off. And what is so awesome about these cases is these pans sit in here so perfectly, they don't fall out. They're very secure. But yet if you need them to come out, you can. I mean, you just pop them out. If you want to rearrange them for some reason, you just pop them out, put them where you want. So these trays are perfect for the Pan Pastels, which they should be because they're made by Pan Pastel. So I think what I'm going to do, let's say we want to do like a blue background. It's kind of a sky, you know, possibly a sky background, but I'm going to do it with these bubbles. So you just put your stencil down where you want your bubbles to appear. And I'm going to pull this blue iridescent one out. Okay. And we are going to zoom in just a tad. Okay. All right. So we are going to just apply the Pan Pastel. You don't have to load it up too much. This is a new sponge, so I put a little bit more on there than I normally would. But then you apply it. You can use your smaller applicators. If you have a large area to cover, you can use your big ones. I mean, there's all different types of applicators. For instance, if you have a smaller area to get in, maybe you have a floral type of picture and you just want to apply some maybe around and, you know, around the leaves. You know, they have all these different types of applicators too. I like this one because it has the pointy tip and you can get just the tip up. You can get just some Pan Pastels on the tip of this and you can get in pretty teeny areas. So they have a number of different of these applicators. You do get some free along with these pads that are replaceable. Again, you can take these off to wash. I was using this one. But again, you can wipe it off on some paper towel, clean it off, and you can reuse it for a different color. So, all right, that's a little bit about applicators real quick. So we will take our sponge that we got some Pan Pastel on, and you just kind of rub it in a circle. Again, this is a new sponge, so I'm going to get a little bit more. Now it works better when you have these pastels in the tray because they don't move around. Okay, let's say we just wanted some blue up here. Then we wanted to maybe do some up here. And it's just a real light, you know, type of bubbles. Now, if you didn't like them, you know, make sure when you do this, you don't go over the top because, yes, you will. You can rub them very easily, as you see. So you are, when you are done with putting your Pan Pastels on, you are definitely going to want to use a fixative. Whether you're done with it, you can use a final fixative if you're still going to be working on that picture, especially if there's colored pencil that you want to still put down. You would use a workable fixative, and there's many brands out there. I use Krylon, but there's a lot of different brands. So let's just put a little bit more on here, and it's as easy as this. Okay, now let's say we had some of our picture up here and we didn't want that there. Pan Pastels are very, very erasable. I have a number of my erasers out here. One that works really good is a kneadable eraser. This is the Prismacolor. I just got these in. This is a kneaded rubber, it's called, on Amazon. I will link this down below. Very very economical, very cheap. I don't want to say cheap. But I did open the one. That's the hardest part about this, is getting them out of the wrapper. Because they come in this 2-pack, but then you take it out and you have to get this plastic off. And yeah, that's the hardest part about these. So I will put these off to the side. You can, especially on portraits, if you want to lift up maybe some on the face because you want highlights, you can just use this, and you can see how that very nicely picks up the Pan Pastels. Then if that's dirty, you just re-knead it. And that's what's so nice about these kneaded erasers. You know, you just redo it. If you want to just erase a part, or maybe you really want to get in a tiny area, you knead it to just a tiny little corner, and you can get in really fine areas. Now, if you have a larger area to erase, you can use just about any eraser and it will erase. You can use one of these, you know, you can use this mono. This is a much harder eraser though. It's a sand eraser by Tombow. I don't think I would recommend this because it's very abrasive. So yeah, I don't think I would go with that. But many of us already have a few, or at least one of these electric erasers. This is the one by Derwent, and is probably the most popular battery operated eraser out there. You just have a battery compartment, you put in your batteries, and then you press on the side, and the tip just goes around, and very nice to erase things that you do. I mean, people use this for their colored pencils, for, you know, all kinds of stuff. But you can see these are very erasable. The one that I really like, and I seen this on Dee Dee's. Well, here we also have the one by Tombow. This is called the Mono Zero. Very, very fine tipped eraser. So again, if you want to get into those teeny weeny little areas and you don't want an electric one that I'm going to show you next, because the next one has a very teeny tip like this also. You can get into some really tiny areas with this. Again, I will link everything down below because that is available on Amazon. The electric one that I like is this electric one by Tenwin, I believe made in China. But look at the fine, where are we? Look at the fine tip on this eraser. Again, you just push in the button. Now, the thing that is so nice about this particular eraser, though, and I have all my refills here. I couldn't find my refills for my Derwent one. The thing that's nice about this, there are two different size erasers. So you'll notice these really little thin ones, and then you have some bigger ones in here. The reason being, you pull out this tip if you want to just, you know, replace the small one, or there is a larger tip in here. So you can use both sizes in this particular eraser. So here is the, here is the larger one. Use it just like your Derwent. And these with the adapter is interchangeable with your Derwent. So this bigger size will fit in here. With this adapter, you can also use these little ones in the Derwent. So you would just swatch out this one for this one, and you can use the very small, fine erasers in your Derwent also. So let's put these back in here so I do not lose them. And maybe I just dumped all my Derwent erasers in here, my replacements. I don't know. I'll have to look. So we'll put this really fine one back in here. And yeah, works just like the other eraser. But as you can see, they are very, very erasable. With these fine tips, these little bitty tips, and you will probably want your makeup sponge, get these bits off. With this really fine tipped eraser, again, you can get way in between leaves and flowers and whatnot if you went over the top. And let's face it, you're going to do that with Pan Pastels. There's no getting around it when you are using them for backgrounds. So again, they are extremely erasable. This actually came with this particular eraser. So it probably was meant to go ahead and do this. I will link down below also the workable and the final fixatives that I use, in case you are interested in that. Also has a little blurb, a little instruction sheet for using this particular eraser. I just keep it all in this handy dandy little pencil case so that I know where they all are. So I think that's about all that I am going to show for the Pan Pastels with stencils. If anybody has any additional questions, you can go ahead and ask me in the comments below. If, again, there is any other type of video, whether it be how-to video or, you know, something else that you want me to show, feel free to let me know down in the comments below. I am trying to catch up on my list of to-do videos. I just got done prior to this one with another question that one of my subscribers had. So I'm going to be getting both of these videos out today, and hopefully get onto one or two others that are on my to-do list. So I hope you liked this little demo. I just wanted a quick come on and show you how I used these stencils. Again, very easy, very simplistic, not much to it. I love these kneadable erasers. They just work great. If you don't want much off, just don't tap it too hard. The more you want off, of course, the harder you're going to press, and you can get just about all of it off then. So again, this is the video for today, and I hope everybody enjoyed it. And if you did, give me that thumbs up. Please subscribe if you are new to my channel. I hope everybody is having a terrific day, and as always, happy coloring.